Hey folks, this is game number 2 of my D-Brigade deck going up against my buddy N-Guy's Jesmon X deck. Unlike last game, he's going to be going first, and he is going to find level 3. He had a lot of trouble in the last game finding his level 3s, but this time not a problem. I'm going to get to the Bauhookmon in turn 1. N-Guy's really good start means that D-Brigade has even less time to set up. Typically I want to be able to just get off as many swings as possible while Jessmon is looking for their pieces. But here, with 2 pieces already found and raising, I'm going to just Digivolve immediately to a Commandramon and then play another Commandramon right off the bat. One of the ways that I try to slow down the Jessmon deck is by giving them as little memory to work with, so leaving N-Guy here on 1. He is going to pull out the Bauhookmon, which is really bad for me, which means he probably already has his level 5 piece, and that makes me all the more scared. So knowing that he's probably going to Digivolve into, yeah, there we go, we're going to see the Saber Hookmon right there, means I'm going to get 2 memory, which means in this next turn, if I can, I want to try and get to a Tankmon very quickly. First, I'm just going to push out my first Commandramon from raising, and then attack with the Commandramon here already out in the field. He does get it from Master Disciple, which is pretty bad hit, meaning that my Commandramon is not going to get his own deletion effect. Meanwhile, on N-Guy's side, he's going to grab the old BT6 Jessmon here off of the top, using the From Master to Disciples security effect. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I can't imagine a worse start for this matchup. I basically gave him the last piece he needed. He got his level 5 very, very quickly, and I really have to figure out what to do with the rest of this memory. So I'm just going to spend 1 and go into the Tankmon just to draw and see what I can get, and unfortunately it's not anything great. I figured one of my outs was to get to the new Darkdramon as fast as possible, so I'm going to go into the Tankdramon here. The unfortunate part of this play is that I leave N-Guy here at 2 memory, which he can use to Digivolve his Saber Hookmon into, you guessed it, the Jessmon that he pulled last turn. He's going to draw for the Digivolution, and then he realizes, wait a second, I didn't hatch this turn, so we're going to hatch the Gurymon just for posterity's sake, and then Digivolve it into Hookmon, and raising just for more card draw. At this point, I'm only hoping that he doesn't have a Sistermon, so he can't get the effects for the Jessmon here. Just because he went so fast, he might not have actually the Sistermon pieces that he can use. And now the question is, do you want to attack the Commandramon or go straight for my security? And I think for him, he makes a smart play and really thinks about it for a moment and then decides to swing into the Commandramon. This means that my Commandramon's on deletion effect is going to go off. Wait a second, hold on. Before we do all this, let's actually resolve all of his effects first. So first we're going to get the Gurymon, who lets him draw a card. And then he's going to use the Saber Hookmon's effect to play a Sistermon Noir, which of course he had to get himself +1 memory back. And then now his Jessmon is going to be even stronger. And then additionally, he's going to have the Jessmon's effect of when attacking. He's taking a look at it right now. Yeah, he's going to use that and get the Sistermon, another one played from hand or trash. And he plays the same Sistermon Noir, which means he goes up 2 memory here, and his Jessmon gets +4,000 from the Sistermons alone. And then additionally another 3,000 from Jessmon's effect as well. So we're playing a little fast and loose here. Now that the attack is actually resolved, my Commandramon is deleted, and then I get to activate his deletion effect. Grabbing another Commandramon off the top 3 here. I get a blocker one, but not so bad. And then we're going to see the check because Jessmon did have piercing. So Jessmon is 11k, but remember he has the +4,000 from both the Sistermons, +3,000 from his own effect, so he easily gets over that huge Dexmon. So what you're about to see is the textbook example of why you want to run at least 1 Commandramon in the Jessmon deck, because you can Digivolve 2 of your Sistermon Noirs, level 4s, into a Jessmon for free. And then you can use Jessmon's effect like he is right now to take one of your trashed Digimon, level 5 or lower, and put him up under him as a source. Luckily, N-Guy did trash a Bauhookmon from the Master Disciple's effect, and now he becomes a red Digimon as well as white, and he gets to reduce my entire board by 2000 DP. Fortunately for this little Commandramon, that's all he's got, and so he's going to be deleted. You want to talk about memory efficient. He got 2 Sistermon Noirs out, plus the Chimeramon on the DNA Digivolve, and then finally he's going to end his turn by going into a second Jessmon here. This is the new starter deck Jessmon, which does have Blitz on Digivolve, which means he can attack even after his turn is technically over before my turn starts. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Remember, his Chimeramon reduced my Tankdramon's DP by 2,000, making it a 5,000 Digimon, and now the Bauhookmon can take advantage of that by deleting my 5,000 Tankdramon. Luckily, the security swing here is going to give me an Izzy. If I could get one bit of good luck here, this is definitely it. And so he's going to allow me to look at the top 3 cards, and unfortunately, none of them are that great. But I do get to rearrange them, and I'm going to gain a memory. I really had not expected to be starting my turn with absolutely no board and nothing in raising to work with, which means I'm super far behind. The fact that he's got 2 Jessmons out, he's got another Hookmon of raising, means he can end the game realistically in like 1 turn. If he's good though, he can end it next turn. So I've really got to hope for some really good security checks here. Otherwise, I'm just going to play the game as normal. I've got to be really wary of leaving up small Digimon on my side of the board because he does have that 5000 DP deletion effect from the Bauhukmon. So I'm just going to Digivolve this Commandramon in Raising. Really sad that I have to do this with this one because he's so good to just have on the field, but it is what it is. And then I'm just going to finish up my turn here by playing out the Pride Memory boost. This is important because it gives me a big potential turn next turn if he does end up checking into some pretty nasty security like Iron Fisted Onslaught. By doing this, I give myself an option of spending a ton of memory next turn to bring myself back into an advantage position. I could have ordered this turn a little bit differently, like actually playing out the Commandramon and then playing out the Pride Memory boost, but I didn't want to give Ingai any more memory, so this is the best I could do here. Meanwhile, he's going to push out his Huckmon from before. This Huckmon's nice because it allows him to get more memory off of his Sistermon whenever he plays one. Unfortunately, he is running a little thin. He used both of them to Digivolve into the Chimeramon. Nothing left to do here but attack with the old Jessmon. He's going to get the draw from the Goodymon because he definitely has more than 6000 DP. And checking a Tankdramon is not what I wanted to see right there. The silver lining here is that because he couldn't find a Sistermon, I'll probably be able to live for another turn unless he has some crazy play. But anyway, he's going to attack with his second Jessmon here and then use the Bauhukmon's effect to delete my Commandramon. And he's going to check another Commandramon. Would have really liked for that to have been an Iron Fisted Onslaught, but here we are. Now that the Jessmon have all swung here, the real question is what do we do with this Huckmon? Do we Digivolve over it or do we swing? I think for Ingai, he wants to Digivolve over it here just to finish his turn up. And he's going to get into the Bauhukmon and give me 3 memory to work with thanks to Izzy's effect. At this point, I'm not really sure what else I can do, so I'm just going to push out the Commandramon and just play my turn, and hopefully something comes to me in a moment of huge inspiration. Considering this is my last turn, I am going to spin the Pride Memory boost as well, go to 5 here, and see if I can find any good plays that are reasonable. I decide to immediately spin that 2 memory and go straight into the new Sealsdramon here who has jamming. Fantastic effect, but I don't really have the luxury of swinging into security and hoping to just finish the game here. I think to myself, well, maybe I can find a Darkdramon and do something here and then hope for a Iron Fisted Onslaught in that last security. Maybe that'll help out, although even that seems very unlikely. But I am going to go into the Tankdramon anyway. The new Commandramon allows me to take a look at the top 3 cards of my deck and then find a D-Brigade Digimon that's 5 costs or lower. It's really nice here, I'm not just locked to Commandramon anymore, but I could use the Sealsdramon if I wanted to. And so I do find the Sealsdramon here, and although I end up going with the Commandramon, I probably should have gone with the Sealsdramon in hindsight. At this point though, I'm so far behind in the game that I don't really think it matters that much. Then I'm going to take these other 2 cards, and I'm just about to put them at the bottom of the deck, but I do remember I catch myself here that the new cards force you to trash the D-Brigade cards that you don't use, which actually works out to your benefit. Meanwhile, the inheritance effect from my Sealsdramon is going to allow my Commandramon here to swing the turn it really comes out with the rush ability. It feels a little futile, but I think I'm going to end up here just swinging with the Commandramon. That way when I tell people how this match went, I was like, oh, it was really close. You know, it's like one security or 2 security to 0, you know. Meanwhile, I'm going to check the Sistermon Blanc, which is even worse. Now the Jessmon does have a Sistermon it can pull whenever it attacks. And this is the new one from the start of the deck, which allows you to discard 1, draw 2. And then using the Tankdramon here, I'm just going to swing into security again. I don't have anything else I can swing to. Those Jessmon are way too big at this point. And I'm just going to catch a small Huckmon. Last thing I have to do here is find a way to give him as little security as possible. Keep in mind he doesn't have one of those minimum 3 memory tamers out on the board, so I'm just going to play here the Commandramon. Gives him a bit more memory than I wanted him to have, but I do get a blocker out of it. And it's kind of moot. Maybe the security will help out here, but we'll have to see whenever Ingai swings. Not really much of anything left to do on Ingai's side except swing out and close the game. However, if I'm being really sweaty, put on my super sweaty player hat for a moment, it's probably better to swing in with the 12 cost starter deck Jessmon, because if Iron Fisted Onslaught is checked in security, then the one that's already attacked will be destroyed and he can attack with the second Jessmon and just close the game. Either way here though, he's going to play the Sistermon Blanc from trash that I checked in security. He's going to get the effect to draw 2 cards, and then after discarding 1, we do a little out of order here, but I mean at this point I think it's kind of moot. Doesn't really come up in this game very much, but the Sistermon does have decoy for red and black, which is useful. But anyway, he's going to trash the Bauhukmon there, he's going to check my Tankdramon, and that's pretty much curtains for me. Not really much I can do here. I could block with the 1 Commandramon, but at this point he's got 2 swings, so it doesn't really matter. I think the big takeaway is here that he just got set up really quickly, and then I got my board wiped mid-game, so I wasn't really able to make much of an impact on the board once he got the 2 Jessmons up. The good news for you viewers out there is that because we both have a single win here, we're going to be going to a game 3, And if you want to see more action like this and see how this series closes out, do me a favor, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.